Peace. I just wanted to take a moment and just build about nature. I know that in quite a few of my videos you see me out here in nature walking around, and I just wanted to add on about the importance of that. When you look at the planet Earth is our home. You know, that's where we get all of our resources at. That's where we get all of our support. Even if you look at it in a sense of home as far as structures, if you don't have the planet Earth, you have no structure, you have no support system to even live. You have no ability to have any shelter, so the Earth is very, very, very important. And when you look at the word homeostasis, which means balance, the prefix or the first word of homeostasis is home. So in order to really have or establish some sense of balance, harmony, and things along those lines, you have to have a relationship with the planet Earth. Not just any kind of relationship, but a positive and a productive and a reciprocal relationship with the planet Earth, because you're getting supported, and that's where your resources come from in order for you to live. Now, in most of the environments that we live in, you know, our neighborhoods and things like that, they're very unnatural because the structures themselves a lot of times are not even built in harmony with the geography where we live at. You know, that's why we see a lot of sometimes structural issues with some of the buildings or the homes where we live at, because a lot of them weren't built in such a way where they took into consideration the geography. Not only that, but even the sounds that we hear around us on a daily basis in these unnatural environments are also unnatural. Like if you go out to nature, there is no natural sound for a motorcycle. So, being in that unnatural environment 24/7, we tend to become just as unnatural as the environment, because we become acclimated to living in such a way where we are obedient, or we're in, for lack of a better word, in harmony with this inharmonious environment. Meaning, we're only operating within the parameters of these unnatural structures. We're only listening to and hearing those unnatural sounds. A lot of us have different type of birds that are around us every day, and we may not even be able to distinguish one bird's sounds or calls or from another one. But it's right around us every day. That's because we tend to hear so many motorcycles around us, or maybe the arguments next door or an apartment above us, or any other of these natural sounds, unnatural sounds that we hear on a daily basis. Now, like I said, living in an environment like that is so unnatural, we tend to become unnatural. And in living in a state of unnaturalness, it creates imbalance, not only on a psychological level, but also on a biochemical level. And here, let me turn this way because the sun is right there. And that's where a lot of our stresses come from. That's where a lot of our health issues come from, simply because we don't have a relationship with the earth or connectedness to nature. So what I would suggest, you know, where I'm at right now, I'm walking along these trails, and it's probably about a 2-minute walking distance from my home. Here, let me show you this picture. Okay. Okay, what you see in the distance, like right over the border, is Canada. So that's probably about, like I said, about a 2-minute walking distance from where I rest at, my home. And going back to what I was saying, what I would suggest is, regardless of where you live at, you know, you may live right in a major city. I mean, even if you live in Nawasi, if you live in New York City, find a natural park somewhere that you can go to just to reconnect and to establish a sense of balance and homeostasis with the planet. Not only will that allow you to listen to the natural voice of the world, but it will also give you an opportunity to reassess your life, the different experiences that you're going through, maybe even problems that you're dealing with from a different context or perspective. You know, sometimes it's difficult to see a solution or different perspectives or angles of something if you're right in it, if you're subjected to it. Going back to nature, especially when you're around an unnatural environment, it gives you a level of objectivity to look at things from a different perspective. And, you know, like a lot of us already know, when you're going through situations and you're emotionally invested, or you're having some type of feelings about it, or like some of us say, feeling some kind of way about it, in order for you to really get a good perspective of it, those feelings got to subside, you know. And when you go back to nature, there's a sense of calmness, a sense of harmony, a sense of homeostasis. Your breathing even changes when you go and you just go for a nice walk and you're out hiking and you can hear the birds around you and smell the flowers, and, you know, it really allows you to think about things in a different way. And like I said, in order to have any type of balance or homeostasis, and, you know, another word that is associated to that is equality, in order to have all of those things, it's important to have a relationship with nature. And like I said, I would suggest that regardless of where you live at, find you a natural environment that you can go to and spend some time at. You know, you can go hiking at, you can just sit and just listen to the sounds that you naturally don't hear, and then go back into your daily life or the things that you're dealing with. But when you don't have that type of bond or that connectiveness or that relationship, you're only subjected to the unnatural structures, the unnatural sounds, and that unnatural environment that you're living in. And since you didn't make that environment, you're also subjected to those who made the rules for that actual environment that you are unnaturally living in. So with that said, I encourage all of you to strive to find some place that you can go and reestablish your relationship with the planet, and to begin reassessing your life from the perspective that we were born into, not the one that we were given and made to think about on a daily basis. And a lot of times, the things that we're thinking about on a daily basis, or the stresses we're dealing with, is the madness of the sounds and the sights that we hear around us in that unnatural environment that we're living in. So with that said, peace.